Hey guys, Alex here. I just wanted to show you a quick tutorial. I was just editing a video for the Bible Society. They commissioned me to work on a pilot episode of what will become a series of Bible talks. And they gave me a bunch of footage and they wanted me to take it to the next level. And so I thought it would be the perfect example to show you how just a little bit of B-roll or a little bit of stock footage can really elevate any pre-recorded footage you might put in your live stream. I know we're going to go towards a hybrid service, which means fully live and not pre-recorded, but even in a hybrid service, you may have some pre-recorded segments. So I think this would be of value for you to watch anyway. So let's jump over to the project and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, we are recording, stand by.
So the footage is of Simon Smart. He's the director of CPX and he's a great speaker. So I was given this edit file, which if you have a look is maybe about 6 cameras. And it was live edited. So they had a switcher, they were cutting between the cameras, and I have a single baked in file with all that in there. So let me just show you the first 30 seconds to give you the vibe.
Hi, how's it going? There's nothing I like more than a really early morning surf. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not very good at surfing, but I love getting up early when it's still dark, getting down to the beach just as it's starting to become light.
So you can see he's painting a really vivid picture, which is awesome. But there is a difference between the medium of public speaking and watching a video of public speaking. Now let me tell you a secret about video. Video is actually really boring. Like, really boring. You have to do a lot of work to re-inject life into that footage. If you're in the room with Simon, listen to his talk, you'd be captivated. You'd be leaning in, you'd be in a room full of people, you couldn't leave because it would be too awkward and hopefully you're too engaged that you wouldn't. But when you're watching a video on a screen in the privacy of your own home, it's just a very different art form. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to add a little bit of B-roll and some sound design and some music and turn it into a better video. Because right now you can't turn it into a better bit of public speaking. Simon's done a great job there. B-roll is the sort of cutaway footage that you have playing over the top of when we hear Simon. So in this case he's talking about surfing. They paid me to wake up at 5 a.m. and go shoot him and his mates surfing. He does this, 5 days a week. I don't do that, so that was a fun experience. But we got some beautiful shots. So I'm going to take it up one notch. We're going to play that clip again, but with a little bit of music this time. And hopefully you'll start to get the vibe.
There's nothing I like more than a really early morning surf. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not very good at surfing, but I love getting up early when it's still dark and getting down to the beach just as it's starting to become light.
So even just with a bit of music, we're starting to add that intrigue, a little bit of atmosphere. It's going up a notch. Now let me show you what I did with adding the B-roll that we shot.
Hi, how's it going? There's nothing I like more than a really early morning surf. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not very good at surfing, but I love getting up early when it's still dark and getting down to the beach just as it's starting to become light. And I have heaps of really great memories of this, paddling out on the best of these kinds of days. There's no wind, it's still, the water's kind of glassy, smooth. And these days are unforgettable, and as the sun just starts to come up, there's this big golden ball. The energy of the waves and this skyline that makes you catch your breath.
Oh well, sorry, we watched a little more there than we watched the first 2 times. But hopefully that's starting to illustrate the mood, the atmosphere, how we've taken this talk, which in person would be great, just a little bit higher in a video form. Now, you might have caught something, but I'll show you by showing you the editor. I took Simon's talk and I actually extended it. I made it longer, added in some dramatic pauses just for things to build. So when he goes like this,
early morning surf.
we just get into the zone of freshwater beach in the morning. And we're starting to hear the cars pull up in the car park, that bit of sound design, the ocean in the distance, which as they walk gets closer. And I shot it in 50 frames a second, which I slowed down. So it just gives a bit more of that ethereal experience when it's a bit slow.
Days. There's no wind.
Now, in reality, I know that Simon's speaking, he spoke for 12 minutes, they cut it live. The video could have been done and dusted then and there in 12 minutes, which is pretty amazing. Now, me taking this footage and playing with it, it adds a lot more time to the production. You're not going to be able to do that for every video every week, but it is something to think about if you have a video maybe that you want to put online that's evergreen content, because it's going to have longer legs than maybe a regular video. So let's go a bit further on and watch just another clip. We're going to watch it in reverse this time. Watch the B-roll cut, and then we'll watch the plain cut that I got to work with.
You do get a sense on days like this that everyone there is paying their respects to this amazing physical world that we inhabit. And most of them would be happy to describe that as a spiritual experience. For me, beauty of the sort we can sometimes encounter in the natural world, the mountaintop or the sunrise experience, but also in plenty of other ways.
So you'll see I did a couple other things there. I just gave that space. This story specifically suited that because he's talking about a spiritual experience. I'm trying to recreate that mood for a viewer at home. Like, it's very hard to give video transcendence, but I guess that's what I'm trying to do. Forgive me for sounding pretentious. You might have also caught a certain ex-premier about to fall off his board, and that's why I had to cut to drone footage. Let's play that again, but just with Simon talking.
But you do get a sense on days like this that everyone there is paying their respects to this amazing physical world that we inhabit. And most of them would be happy to describe that as a spiritual experience.
All right, well, that's well and good, but what if you just don't have time to go and shoot something at 5 a.m. in the morning for, another 3-hour shoot after you've already shot the talk? Well, stock footage is actually really good these days. The licensing has changed to make it much more accessible, and I have a subscription to a library of thousands of clips that I can cull through to find that perfect shot that works. So I'm going to play another clip. Now try and imagine what images you might search to try and put over the top of what Simon is saying. Just for context, Simon over his talk has been building up to say that our experience of nature, these are transcendent moments, point to something greater, to God, to a creator.
The Christian story tells you that climbing up a mountain or skiing down it, feeling the warmth of the sun on your back, playing in the mud, feeling the power of a wave as you surf across it. All these sorts of things. The satisfaction perhaps of just playing the right note at the right time. Whatever it is that you're into, this physical stuff of life means something.
So Simon as the speaker and me as the editor, we can really work together. I'm taking what he's given me and I'm really working with it. I couldn't just add random B-roll anywhere. So let's take a look at what we can do. Now remember, most stock footage, pretty much all of it, comes without sound. So all the sound I've put in this, I found from sound effects libraries. Super easy, there's so many royalty-free places to find sound, and I just type in ocean and I work it in. You know what I mean? And this time I'll let you see my edit as it plays as well. So you see how things match up.
You don't need Christianity to enjoy these things, but far from being oppressive and restrictive, the Christian story tells you that climbing up a mountain or skiing down it, feeling the warmth of the sun on your back, playing in the mud, feeling the power of a wave as you surf across it. The satisfaction perhaps of just playing the right note at the right time. Whatever it is that you're into, this physical stuff of life means something. It matters.
So, and there you have it. I hope you learned something from this. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments and I'll make some more of these edit breakdowns and just little quick tips. We are shooting a whole course at the moment of different ways to level up your live stream. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, why don't you subscribe? We've got an email newsletter going out. We've also got a Facebook group where we really workshop things like this together as the body of Christ across different churches. It's an awesome place to get inspired or to inspire other people if you've got content like this that you think we could benefit from seeing. So all that information is below. Anyway, I'll see you around in the group.